in this court, raise that Etruscan trumpet, fill your lungs. Let these people hear an ear-piercing blast. As they crowd into this court of judgment, it is best to have silence. The whole city can listen to my laws, which are eternal. So can these litigants. Then all will see the justice in our verdict for themselves. Lord Apollo, you have your own domain. What role have you here? Announce that to us.
I have come here as a witness. That man, the accused, according to our customs, came as suppliant to my shrine, and I purified him of the blood he spilled. As his advocate, I share in the blame arising from his mother's murder. Bring on the trial. You know the rules. Now turn them into justice.
The trial begins. You Furies, speak up first. The prosecution opens our proceedings. Start to finish, set the facts before us. Make them clear.
Numerous as we are, we will be brief. Answer our questions as we put them one by one. First, tell us, Orestes, did you kill your mother?
Yes, I killed her. I don't deny the fact.
We take first fall. 3 falls wins the match.
You gloat before your opponent is on his back.
But how did you kill her? You must tell us that.
I will tell you. I drew my sword and slit her throat.
Who persuaded you to do this? On whose advice?
The orders of this god. He is my witness.
This prophet ordered you to kill your mother?
He did. And to this moment, I have no regrets.
But if the verdict lays its hands on you, you will change your story soon enough.
I have confidence. My father from his grave shall send the help I need.
So you trust in the dead, and yet you killed your mother?
I do, for she was guilty of 2 crimes.
How so? Inform the judges on this point.
She killed her husband and my father.
But her death evens out the score for her. You are still living.
When she was still alive, you didn't hound her into exile. Why?
The blood of the man she killed was not her own.
And I? Does my mother's blood run in my veins?
How else could she have sustained you in her womb? You murderer! Do you now reject the closest bond there is, a mother's blood?
Bear me witness, Apollo. Take the lead for me. Did I kill her justly? For I don't deny I did the murder. But how does our bloody work impress you now? Just or not? Decide. I must make my case to them.
Just, I say to you and your high court, Athena, seer that I am, I never lie. Never yet, when I have been seated in my oracle, have I declared anything in prophecy concerning man, woman, or city-state that Olympian Father Zeus did not command. That is why I urge you now, obey the will of Zeus. No oath has greater strength than Zeus.
Then Zeus, according to your reasoning, told your oracle to give the order. He charged Orestes to avenge his father's death, ignoring any rights his mother had.
It is not the same for a noble man to die by murder, and at a woman's hand. Not in a fight where arrows fly in from a distance, as with the Amazons, but in a way which we will describe to you, Athena, and those here ready to decide this case when you cast your votes. Agamemnon had just come home from a long and harsh campaign, where in the eyes of his loyal citizens, it was a great success beyond all expectation. She welcomed him. Then he took his bath, and as he stepped out, still on the outer rim, she threw the cloak, his shroud, around him, and just like a tent, she caught him in those robes whose endless folds enclosed him like a net. And then she hacked him down. I tell you, that is how Agamemnon, splendid leader of the ships, went to his death. As for that vile woman, I speak of her to rouse a sense of shame in those men chosen here to decide this case.
Then Zeus. So then your claim is Zeus gives greater honor to a father's death, and yet he himself chained up his old father Cronos. Does that not contradict what you have just said? I ask you, judges, to take note of this.
You monsters, utterly loathed and detested by the gods. Zeus can break apart those chains if he so chooses. But once a mortal's blood has dried into the dust, there is no return to life. The man is dead. My father Zeus had made no charms for that, though he can change all other things without a pause for breath.
You plead to set Orestes free, but think of this. Will this man, who shed his mother's blood, who spilled it on the ground, return back home to live in his father's house in Argos? Where are the public altars he can use? The family cleansing rites he can attend?
I'll speak to that as well. Make sure you note how right my answer is. That word mother, we give to the one who bears the child. However, she is no parent, just a nurse to that new life embedded in her. The parent is the one who plants the seed, the father. And I can offer proof for what I say. A man can have a child without a mother. Here is our witness here. Athena of Olympian Zeus. No dog who nursed her. No goddess bears a child with ancestry like hers.
Has each side said enough? Shall I now instruct the judges to cast their votes according to their honest judgment?
Though we have shot our final arrow, we shall stay to hear this contest to the end.
Of course. Now, as for you defendants, what can I do to avoid your censure?
You have heard what you have heard. My friends, as you cast your ballots, make sure your hearts respect that oath you made.
You citizens of Athens, you judges at the first trial ever held for murder, hear what I decree. Now and forever, this court of judges will be set up here to serve Aegeus' people. From this hill, reverence and terror, two kindred rulers of my citizens, will guarantee they do not commit injustice by day or night. My people, avoid both anarchy and tyranny. I urge you to uphold this principle. Show it due reverence. As for terror, do not banish it completely from this city. What mortal man is truly righteous without being afraid? Those who sense fear revere what is right. With citizens like these, your country and your city will be safe, stronger than anything possessed by men in Pelops' country or in Scythia. So here I now establish this tribunal, incorruptible, magnificent, swift in punishment. It stands above you, your country's guardian as you lie asleep.
Beware! Do not dishonor us in any way, for our united power can crush your land.
And I, for my part, command you to stand in fear of the oracles, not just mine, but those of Zeus. Do not make them barren.
You interfere in blood work that is not your proper business. Your oracles remain no longer pure. If I do not prevail in this judgment, I shall be back again to bring this country to its knees.
Among all the gods, old and new alike, you have no honor. I will triumph here.
You are young, and you would ride over me because I am old. I will await the verdict. See where this trial ends. I've not decided about my anger at this city.
But now, citizens, you must get up, cast your ballots, decide this case while honoring your oath. Heralds, bring in the urns.
Guilty.
Innocent. O God of the light Apollo, how will the verdict go?
Innocent.
Oh, Black Mother Knight, are you watching this?
Guilty.
Guilty. Either I hang or live on to see the light of day.
Innocent.
Innocent. Either we are finished or our honor thrives.
Guilty.
The lots from the jury are equal. Therefore, it is now my task to give the final verdict. No mother gave me birth. That is why in everything but marriage, I support the man with all my heart, a true child of my father Zeus. Thus, that woman's death I will not consider more significant. She killed her husband, guardian of their home. And so, I cast my lot for you, Orestes. This man goes free, cleared of the charge of blood.
O Pallas Athena, you have saved my house. My homeland was lost, but now you give it back. And anyone in Greece can say, this man is once again an Argive, occupying his father's property, thanks to Pallas Athena, thanks to Apollo, and thanks to Zeus. Faced with these pleaders for my mother's cause, Zeus chose to honor my father's death. Now I can return home. But first I make this oath to you, revered Athena, and to your lands and people for all time to come. Never will an Argive leader march in here with spears arrayed against you. If he does, in violation of this oath of mine, from the grave I shall see that his efforts fail. I shall bring him ill luck, misfortune on his march, and send birds of evil omen over him. He will regret the pain his campaign brings him. But to all those who keep this oath, who honor for all time Athena's city, such citizens we should treat with great favor and goodwill. And so, farewell to you, Athena. Farewell to those who guard your city.
You goddess! You have overridden the ancient laws and snatched them from my hinds. You heap on me dishonorable contempt.
What can I do now but scream out in pain? I am mocked by the citizens. Unbearable suffering.
Now my anger turns against this land and its people. I will release this venom from my heart to ease my grief. I will saturate this ground with poison. From it, disease will grow, infecting leaves and children. Sterility will spread across the land, contaminating the soil, destroying mankind.
We are the miserable, deeply suffering daughters of the night. Shamed, dishonored, cast aside, respected by none, disgraced.
Let me persuade you not to spurn this trial. You have not been beaten. The votes were fair, the numbers equal. There is no disgrace to you. We received clear evidence from Zeus, and the one who spoke the oracle, Phoebus Apollo, declared that Orestes should not suffer for his act. So do not be vengeful, breathing anger on this land and drenching it with showers, whose drops like spears will kill the seeds and blast its fruitfulness. I promise you, in all righteousness, you will have your place, a seat beneath the earth, yours by right. The Beside the hearth you will sit on glittering thrones, worshipped with reverence by my citizens.
We are the miserable, deeply suffering daughters of the night, shamed, dishonored, cast aside, respected by none, disgraced.
But you have not lost honor. You are goddesses. Do not let your anger lead you to excess, to blast this land of men past remedy. Accept my argument. Ease your anger. Let your fury's black and bitter waves recede. You can live with me and receive full honors. The first fruits of this fertile land are yours. Forever, all those offerings for childbirth, for marriages, from now on they are yours. With all this, you should praise what I am advising.
We are the miserable, deeply suffering daughters of the night, shamed, dishonored, cast aside, respected by none, disgraced.
I will bear with your rage, for you are older, and thus your wisdom far exceeds my own. But Zeus gave me a fine intelligence as well. So let me tell you this. As time goes on, my citizens will win increasing honor, and you, on your new thrones, seated in a place of honor, will win more respect from men and women than you could find in all the world beyond. That is what I offer you. It is yours to take. Do good things, receive good things in honor. Take your place in a land the gods all love.
Queen Athena, where is this home you say is mine to hold?
Where all pain and anguish end. Accept it.
And if I do, what honor waits for me?
No house can thrive without you.
You would do this? You would grant me that much power?
Indeed, together we shall enrich the lives of all who revere us.
This promise you make, you will hold to it forever?
Yes, I must never promise things I cannot do.
Your magic is working, it seems. I can feel the hate, the fury just slip away.
Then stay. Take root in this land and win more friends.
Let me pour out a blessing on this land. Tell me what I might say.
Speak nothing of brutal conquests, only peace, blessings stemming from the earth. Let gusting winds caress the land in glorious sunlight. Our herds and harvests overflow with plenty, so they never fail. Let the prosperity of our citizens match how well they worship you. These things are yours to give. For my part, I will see this city wins triumphal fame in deadly wars, where men seek glory. So all will celebrate victorious Athens.
Then we will accept this home and live here with Athena. We will never harm a place where she and Ares and all-powerful Zeus hold as a fortress of the gods.
Rejoice, you citizens, rejoice, amid the riches you deserve. Underneath Athena's wings, well Zeus looks on in awe.
My citizens, do you hear the blessings that these goddesses will bestow on you and on this city? These furies I now name Eumenides, and as that name foretells, they always will be kindly to my people. In return, worship them forever. Then you will keep your land and your city on the path of justice, in everything you do, attaining glory.
Lady Athena, we rejoice to hear these love-filled blessings conferred upon this land. Your persuasive powers have triumphed, and our struggle here for justice has left us victorious forever.
These Furies, now kindly residents of Athens, seek their way with well-intentioned words. They will show the love they bear this land by blessing its citizens.
Behold, what blessings these Furies bring to pass, strength for this city, and great fortune for all time to come.
This peace between Athena's people and their guests must never end.
Come forth, O splendid troop. girls and mothers of the city, dress these furies in crimson robes. Kindly goddesses, receive these gifts with which we invest you.
Now, kindly one, glorious Athena will escort you down by blazing torchlight in triumphant procession to your homes beneath the earth.
From there, with sacred sacrificial blood, we ask you to hold down what would destroy our land and send above what brings prosperity, so that our city may prove victorious.
Praise them. Let the torches move on, so the love these Eumenides bear towards our land will bloom in human strength from age to age.
Come forward, sacred goddesses, benevolent and gracious to our land. Come forward with flaming torches, you mighty daughters of the night. Deep, deep in the vaults of the earth, sped by the offerings we will bring, reverence will attend you, nothing but blessings in our songs. You great furies, with kindly hearts, bless now this city, rain fortune on our land, keep destruction from our borders, bring prosperity home to Athens. Peace now reigns forevermore for Athena's people and their guests. All-seeing Zeus and Fate herself have worked together for this ending.
Now raise
Triumphal cries to our